Hey everyone, I am Elizabeth Sherman from Total Health by Elizabeth, and I am a health coach living here in Puerto Morelos, Mexico, and I am here with my friend Anthony Chalas.
Very good morning to you.
Who is the owner of the restaurant that we're at, La Sirena, which specializes in American and Mediterranean foods. And what we are doing today is we're making hummus.
Correct. Hummus is something that you all know about. In the grocery store, you see it everywhere. There's every single imaginable style of hummus. I really got sick of hummus for a long time because everywhere I went, I saw hummus, every single type, and I stopped eating it because it just got boring to me. But once we started making it in the restaurant and I knew it was fresh and it was made daily or every other day, I started eating it again and remembering how much I love it. And now I eat it for breakfast 2-3 times a week.
Wow.
Yes, I love it.
And so, you probably have hummus in restaurants, but you can also buy hummus in the grocery store. Mm-hmm. So why would you want to make it versus buy it in the store?
Exactly. One of the reasons I don't buy it in the grocery store is because of all the preservatives. In Spanish, they're called mejorantes, which means betterers, which I think is funny. But I'm not a big preservative person. I just think that they don't make me feel good. They don't make me feel optimal. So for me, just making it fresh, knowing it's fresh, brings a lot to the table, and it's more enjoyable, and my body just feels better. Yeah. And I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know much about it. I just know that how my body feels. Yeah. And I'm not, anytime I eat things that are heavy in preservatives, it just makes me feel run down.
Yeah, and that's true. Whenever I've made hummus myself, I usually make it in the food processor. And, I can store it and it'll stay for about a week. But the hummus that I buy at the grocery store will stay like a month. Mm-hmm. That's just not right.
That's like white bread or pan bimbo down here, Wonder Bread. Bread should not last for a month.
Right.
It makes no sense. It should grow mold after like 3 or 4 days.
Right. But the other reason that you would want to make your own hummus is that then you can control the ingredients more than just the preservatives.
Totally.
Hummus tends to have a lot of fat in it. And so if you're trying to watch your weight and you want to control that a little bit, hummus, making it yourself is actually a really great way of doing that.
And if you want to eliminate, if you don't want to use like vegetable oil, you can use all olive oil. I use half and half personally. I don't like to go too heavy on the olive oil because I think it's too pungent for me, but you can really control it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Add a lot of garlic, a lot of medicinal properties there, add many different options. So,
yeah.
Are we going to make it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So, what's in hummus?
Hummus is garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas.
Yes. So I just learned that garbanzo beans is the Spanish way of saying chickpeas, but they're both the exact same thing.
Exactly the
same.
same.
Move that a little bit so we know what you're doing. Okay.
And actually, hummus, I looked this up, dates back to, they're sure that it dates back to 13th century Egypt.
Wow.
So that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
People often say, oh, a Greek restaurant, you have hummus, but I've never seen hummus on a menu in Greece personally. Mm-hmm. It's definitely more Arabic. Mm-hmm. And actually, the word hummus in Arabic means garbanzo bean. So
there you go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the only Arabic word I know.
Okay.
All right.
So garbanzo beans are these little things. You can buy them canned or you can buy them dried. And these are dry, or these are canned.
These
right?
are canned.
Okay. So if you buy them canned, what you want to do is you would just want to rinse them under the water for, I don't know, like 5 minutes, not even, just to get all of that syrup off of the canned.
Correct.
And go.
I'm sorry. And some people do reserve some of the liquid that comes in the canned garbanzo beans. I don't personally. It does add some flavor to the hummus. But I like to rinse them also. I totally agree with you. And also you rinse away some of that starch. Yeah. And the starch it will not allow you sometimes to control the thickness of your hummus. Yeah. It can make it very, very thick.
Yeah. And there's also a lot of salt in canned garbanzo beans, so you want to rinse that off as well if you're watching your sodium intake.
Right, and you can use your special Himalayan pink salt if you want to. You can completely control your salt that way.
Yeah. Just a little note, if you do buy them dried, I was just telling Anthony that I got an Instant Pot, and I am so thrilled with it. I can go from dried to making hummus in an hour. It's fantastic. Otherwise, you have to let it soak overnight, is it?
You can, yeah, you don't have to, but it's best to let it soak overnight, and then you boil them until they're tender, half hour to an hour.
That just seems like too much work.
Yeah, just fine.
Yeah.
But either way, if you seriously want to go like all natural, that's the way to go. And another wonderful thing about hummus that we haven't discussed yet is, and another reason we added it to the menu here, is it is vegetarian and usually is vegan.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if it was vegan because it has olive oil, and you got to squish those olives, and it's very painful for the olives. But it is vegan. Most recipes, unless you're going to add meat or cheese to your hummus, which I don't think the idea of cheese in hummus for me doesn't work. You could do some crumbled feta.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
But that seems really rich.
Yeah, it's
if you have questions, go ahead and type them into my page, Total Health by Elizabeth, and we will be answering those.
If we can read them, yes.
Oh, you got some questions.
Hola.
Fill that plate with hummus.
Okay.
That's your brother.
Hey, Nick. All right, so here we have tahini.
Tahini. Okay, so tahini is
Sesame paste.
yes. Tahini is to sesame paste, or to sesame seeds.
Right.
What peanut butter is to peanuts. So it's just ground up tahini.
Yeah.
Now, tahini, let me talk about nutrition for just a second. Garbanzo beans or chickpeas have a ton of great nutritional properties. They are mostly carbs or starch, but they have a ton of fiber. So out of like 165 calories, 27 of those calories come from carbs or starch, 7 of which are fiber, which is awesome.
Totally.
And then it's got very low fat and some good protein in it too. Now tahini, on the other hand, is mostly fat. So this is one of the things that you're adding to fat to your hummus. So just be careful with that.
Good to know.
Okay.
For this recipe, we're going to use olive oil.
Olive oil. Wow, look at all that olive oil. And again, olive oil. People always talk about the good fat that comes in olive oil, and that's true. Olive oil has mostly monounsaturated fat, but it also does have some saturated and polyunsaturated, which aren't as great for you. So again, just be careful if you are watching your weight that you monitor your fats. I'm not going to say don't go with fat because you need fat. Your body needs fat.
And I would always use an olive oil. I'm more on the flavor side of it, that you would eat plain or just with a piece of bread. Try it.
Yeah.
Just take a little piece of that, little sip of that olive oil. Learn your favorite olive oil. Olive oil is so important, and sometimes the ones that are not so expensive are the better ones. Just try them until you know what you like. I bought a really expensive olive oil in Greece recently, and it was terrible. Or you can buy like a liter for like €5, $7, 140 pesos, and it'd be awesome. So just experiment and learn what you like. I also use vegetable oil. I don't know how you feel about vegetable oil, but I split it 50-50.
Okay. That's fine.
And I'm not going to put all the oil in right now because
You want to let it grind and
Exactly.
see the
consistency, and then add at the end.
Now we have a question. We
Shoot.
have a viewer question. Should you remove the skins from the garbanzo beans?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
From the canned ones are ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Cumin or cumin or however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it cumin.
All right. Wow. Look at all that.
Yep. Lime juice
Lime juice.
or lemon juice. Citrus.
Yep.
Chopped garlic to me is really, really important.
To chop it first. You don't just throw the whole.
You can throw the whole thing in there, but just garlic in general.
Yeah. Oh,
Love
absolutely.
It. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Okay.
In every way.
Perfect.
And that's it. That's all we're going to put in this one. There are a million variations.
Right.
Artichoke, avocado.
Right.
If you want to do something locally
So
from down here.
now, if you did avocado, would you replace some of your fat with the avocado? How does that work?
I would add it on top of it personally.
Of course.
Yes. But yes, you certainly could, bring down the level of tahini or however you wanted to work it.
And does that add a lot of flavor, or is it just mouthfeel?
I think it's more texture thing,
Yeah.
and just knowing that you're consuming these. What would it be in an avocado? Omegas? Omega oil?
Yeah, same thing with olive oil.
Omegas are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you can get those naturally, do it.
And the reason that you want to go with omega-3 fatty acids versus saturated fats or polyunsaturated is because it makes the cells in your body more supple, and we all want supple cells. Supple cells allow your cells to get...
We're going to start a band called the Supple Cells.
We are.
Yes.
It allows the nutrients to get into the cell and let the cell do their work.
Nice.
That's why you want supple cells.
Totally makes sense to me.
Uh-huh.
Supple cells are great.
Yep.
All right, so we're not going to run the food processor.
We aren't, because that's the surefire way of getting you to turn your video off. Instead, we have a ready-made
Voila.
hummus.
Boom.
So what you would do is you would just process that until it's smooth to your liking. If it's still too grainy, you just want to add either some more lemon juice or oil, depending on what you like. So, yeah.
Okay, so we have our pita bread here.
Yeah.
If you are gluten sensitive, celiac, you can use carrots, celery, whatever you like to dip in the hummus.
Or if you're just trying to watch your weight.
Yep, or that. So this was made an hour ago, and this is how we played it here at La Sirena.
Perfect.
So we're going to put approximately 5 ounces of hummus on the plate.
Okay.
We're gonna
That's 5 ounces.
taper our pita bread around it.
Beautiful.
Make it look all pretty.
They make their own pita bread here at Sirena. Maybe we'll do that on another Facebook Live.
That would be awesome. And then we put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top
Okay.
to moisten it up, kind of freshen it up.
Yeah.
And usually we put a Kalamata olive on top also, but I didn't put one here.
Okay.
And a little bit of parsley for decor, and parsley is a nice thing anyway.
That's so pretty.
And that is our hummus. Can you see it on the camera?
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Perfect.
You want to try it?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So let's see. The other thing, what else did I want to talk about? I personally like eating my hummus with cucumbers and carrots. That is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I knew that already because I eat here quite often. But some other things that you can add to your hummus, we talked about avocado. We also have roasted red peppers. There's some folks around here who do jalapenos
Totally.
or habaneros even.
Dos Equis lager goes great with it.
And you wrote down caramelized onion. That's amazing. I never thought about that, but that sounds so delicious.
Natural sweetness.
Yeah.
Yep. And I like really just to get off topic for a second, anytime that I'm making a soup or a pasta and I want to add sweetness, I always go in the route of caramelizing onions or carrots or something like that to bring out the natural sugars. You do not need to add sugar to anything in my opinion. In fact, I went for years without any sugar in my house, and it's not because I don't want to be using sugar, it's just that I feel it's unnecessary.
Right. Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
I think we're done. Any questions?
Me? No, I think...
Oh yeah, are there questions there? Finding it harder to find a reasonably priced olive oil that tastes good.
Gail Albanese. Yeah, totally right. Just keep shopping around, or just, buy a ticket to Greece, or Italy, or Spain, and, kind of mix it into your budget that way. That's a really expensive olive oil, but, well worth the trip.
And will we provide the recipe in writing?
Yes, absolutely. On whatever link to YouTube, we will provide the hummus recipe. Absolutely,
Okay.
for sure.
Perfect.
And we're going to be doing this again.
Yeah. So let us know
Yeah.
what other stuff you want to learn about. We were talking about your tzatziki sauce.
Yep.
Which I love, and it's so delicious.
It's like crack.
It is. It is. And then we also had some other ideas for like margaritas and things like that.
Yeah. Prickly pear margarita was one of the things that we were talking about, so maybe that's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
So we will see.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Have
Bye.
a great day.